Saying, hey everybody, I'm Tommy and you are on the boat. Diane, good to see you. Kay Canadian is here. I'm glad you are here. Chase the Heat. That would be Johnny Scoville. Surprised you didn't know that. Sandy Wendy, how are you? Kristen Melinda, mod extraordinaire. Jane Aldrich, how are you? Kevin Hawthorne, Lakeland, Florida. Good to see you, Kevin. Glad that you're here. Hey, Sandy Wendy. May have said that already. You know, you get on a roll and you forget who you said hi to, and then you say hi to them 4 or 5 times. Space Jeezel. We'll all be dipped in something or other. Good to see you, Jeezel. Glad that you're here. Narcoleptic Chihuahua Production. Glad that you are here. Cindy G. Good to see you. Wes Lightburn. How are you? So, boy, has it been a day, man. So I'll tell you, bring you up to speed here. Karen, how are you? Renee B. Yeah, I'm having a rugged freaking day. I'm not going to lie to you. This has been a bitch of a day. New Zealand Chili Head. There you are. How are you? Glad that you are here. Hope between the dreams. So if you've been around a long time, like if you've been with me since the very, very beginning, then you probably know that I suffer from arthritis. Doesn't happen all the time, but if I make my hands angry, they swell like you would not believe. Jamie Palmer, good to see you. This has been one of those days. My hands are always big, but right now they're so swollen. And Lisa Trimble, good to see you. This morning, I got up and I said to Johnny, look, my hands are shot. They're just absolutely in bad shape. And at that time, right around the time I said, boy, my hands are shot, we had a plumbing problem. It was a plumbing issue. It was a plumbing issue where the bad smelling stuff starts coming up through the shower. And here's the deal. Like, we can call the soup and have him do it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the soup. Do you think he watches?
No.
Okay. He's awful. He's absolutely awful. Barbara Wade, how are you? Brock Bandy, good to see you. He installed a toilet for us, and they don't do it the same way they do it in the U.S. In fact, the toilet wasn't bolted down, and they don't do that here. Apparently, nobody weighs anything. You finished Casablanca. I have a new movie to get. Casablanca is incredible, isn't it? It's a great movie. Winchester Super X, good to see you. So I said to Johnny Scoville, he's like, I'm going to call the soup. I go, no, we're not. I'm just going to go and get what I need to do this the way we would do it in the United States. Wax ring, couple of metal bolts, screw the thing to the ground so that it doesn't rock and you don't have to worry about any of the BS. And first I thought I would clear out the drains so that this kind of stuff does not happen again. So does the toilet rock? Yes, it does. If you don't bolt down a toilet, and look, we're all friends here, right? You lean in one direction to do your business there at the end, and the toilet doesn't stay on the wax ring. It's a bad idea. Rachel, good to see you. Mittens, I'm your age and have had 2 hip replacements, which is wonderful, but I have arthritis in my feet, which is horrible. I am sorry to hear that. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. So I said to Johnny, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to get the equipment, put down a wax ring, do it the way that I've done it. And I'm not exaggerating. I said to Johnny, and he goes, come on, man. I said, I've installed 50 toilets in my life. Easy. And Johnny went, 50? But I have. I've done a lot of them over the course of my life. That was, you kind of said it like that. Tell the truth. You kind of said it like that. So I just said, screw it. I'm just going to do it myself. Rachel, good to see you. So my kid broke the back of my toilet hiding stuff. Ooh. Your kid's hiding stuff in the back of your toilet. That's a bad sign. I used to use the back of the toilet too. It's a great place to hide things. So I go all the way out to the mall. And I pick all this stuff up and I come back and I get it all set up. And then I broke the toilet. And by broke the toilet, I don't mean it's not functioning. I mean, I broke that bad boy. I had it sort of sitting and resting. And as I was.
It was a good idea.
Yeah, no. You know what, dude? It's early in the show for me to drop an F-bomb. I'm going to get demonetized, but you're screaming for an F-bomb.
I'm just teasing you, dude.
I have an idea. Why don't you go and, do that? My arthritis in my hands has been awful today too, Tommy. I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks, man. It gets to a point where like you can't even close your hand. They swell up. It really looks kind of bad. Yeah, good place unless you come from an alcoholic household. That's hard. So the toilet kind of pitched over in the shower, and a small little crack appeared in the toilet. At which point I took a hammer and made it into very small pieces so it would be easier to get out of the house. You can see that, can't you?
Sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and I was talking to my girlfriend, and I said, I broke the toilet. She's like, you cracked it? I go, no, it's in 700 pieces. I broke the toilet. And here's the thing. I will recommend this. I will recommend this. Every once in a while, it's cathartic to beat the crap out of something with a hammer. You know what I mean? Especially if it's already made you angry. And I had the bolt sticking up. I had the nice wax ring on there. I was ready to go. So after all of that, oh, by the way, because I figured the toilet thing, I've done 50 of them, Johnny Scoville, 50. So I figured, he goes, how long does the toilet take? I said, 45 minutes tops. 45 minutes tops, I says to him. And didn't work out that way. But because I thought it was not going to be a really long day, I also decided today would be a good day to replace all the window coverings in the house. Yeah. So I did replace the window coverings. And then I said, you know what? Johnny goes, don't worry about it, man. Just do the toilet tomorrow. And I went, no, I'm going to go and I'm going to get another toilet and I'm going to install it now because I'm feeling kind of salty, feeling some kind of way about this whole toilet situation. So I went out and bought a toilet and then brought it back here and installed the toilet. 51. It might be 38. I've done a lot of them. I don't know how many I've done, but this one very well could have been 51. But so I installed the toilet, got it all bolted down. Interesting concept. Attaching it to the floor. Didn't see that one coming. Who'd have thunk it?
If there were no holes for the bolt, I would give it a pass.
Right. I mean, the toilet does have little holes in it so that you can put the bolts up through and screw the thing down. Seems like maybe it was designed that way. I got to ask, how much does a toilet cost in Salinas, Ecuador? Tell you what, take a guess just because it might be fun. It's an excellent question. It is therapeutic as hell. I promise you it is. Oh, no, I have a drill. I drilled holes. That's actually what made the toilet fall over was me using my impact drill to drill holes in there. It got that whole vibration thing going. And then it fell in a little itty bitty crack and a little piece at the top. At which point I smacked the hell out of it with a hammer and started feeling good about myself. $45 is an excellent guess. It's actually right in the wheelhouse of about $45. The cheapest ones there were about $39. The most expensive one there, which was like, looks like one of those
Is
things.
that a Ferguson?
No, it was a Willoughby. I can't back that up. I have no idea who made it. But it looked more like one of those things that probably plays music, puts a nice breeze across your onions, and takes care of your backside so that you don't have to, get busy that way. That one was $139.
Wow.
I was tempted, but I'm kind of old, and I don't think I'm ready to start the whole process of 55 some odd years of taking care of the business at the end by using a small piece of paper, right? I don't think I'm ready to just let the air handle the business. You know what I mean? I'm not ready to turn my backside into a car wash because that is how they get down. First it hits you with the spray, then it waxes it, and then it gives you that high pressure, dry off or whatever. When I was in Florida, who has those toilets at his house, and I went in there. I was like, hey, what's the deal with this thing? Is it elevated? It is. I did actually buy a toilet that was taller than all of the other toilets. It's why I picked this one.
It's a little fusion.
Because if not, you basically have to do squats each time you get on and off of the Ferguson. And that, folks, I mean, I'm not against working out, but I don't think it should be part of my, that kind of business. So yeah, I did get one that is taller than the rest. I think that if we have Ecuadorians come over and visit, they may need the squatty potty
Or a step stool.
just to get up onto it. But on the bright side, it's installed. It's perfect. Everything is good.
We can laugh at that now.
When I worked at Google, they had the fancy commodes. Sandy, Wendy, were you comfortable with that? Because I have a very, very wealthy relative, like embarrassingly wealthy. And when I was at his place in Florida, I filmed from there. You guys may have seen it, seen some of the stuff I did from down there. But when I filmed there, it was like, there's no toilet paper required. So I was in there like looking around for the toilet paper, and they're like, no, you don't need that. I beg to differ. 45 to 50 jeepers for a standard toilet in New Zealand costs around $300 to $400. You could do your entire bathroom for that. I promise you. I'd shake the hand of whoever invented the Comfort Height toilet. This one's pretty comfortable. I'm impressed. And are you ready? Bolted to the floor. Didn't see that one coming. You know what else we've done? I told you that I bought a basket for Squirrel Nut Zipper that attaches to a window so that she can sit way up off the ground and look at traffic go by and all of that. And she just will not touch the thing. It's bummed me out. Now you can't get her out of it. Squirrel has gotten very excited about this whole window seat. Unfortunately, it's almost impossible to get her to leave it, which is going to make the cat in the basket thing a little bit more difficult. A colorectal surgeon I worked with had said everyone should have a bidet. Okay. I do have a bidet. I have a bidet here. Haven't used it. Again, one of those things that just doesn't seem like, the shower kind of takes care of that for me. And, just
seems a little foofy.
It seems a bit foofy. And I'm not suggesting that every woman in the world shouldn't have one. I think if that works out for you, you should have one. But for dudes, it just seems a bit odd to me. I don't need a blast of water hitting the onions. It just seems like a bad idea. You know what I mean? There's just too much equipment down there and stuff flops around. It's just different. Monk. Good to see you, my friend. I'm glad that you were here. So this isn't going to be a long one this evening. To be honest, I wasn't even going to do a show. However, I'm doing a show on the show formerly known as Cults and Crims, the channel that I do with Reese Quibell.
Oh, well, I'm not doing a show.
Johnny Scoville said, F that. In fact, he was like, you're going to do a show after this day? I'm a little sore. I'm in a terrible mood. However, when I go live with her, it always cheers me up. The two of us laugh, and everybody that watches laughs, and it's a very lighthearted kind of a thing. So we are definitely going to be over there. We're going to be over at 5 minutes after the hour, so about 55 minutes from now. I want to say I appreciate all of you for last night. Last night was a really fun show for me. Diddy's a scumbag, but every once in a while when you talk about him, a lot of people show up. There was a lot of chat. That was fun. It really was. It was a flashback to when this was really was a good time. You all went shopping with Reese earlier. Good. Hopefully it was her money she was spending. I've gone shopping with Reese so many times. I actually really enjoy shopping with Reese. It's more fun in Ecuador. She is absolutely hysterically funny watching her shop in Ecuador, because in the United States, there's a price tag on it. And that's usually what you're going to pay. And in Ecuador, that's not how it works. There's sort of a process that happens with everything that is for sale in Ecuador, where you can kind of negotiate unless you're.
I tried doing it at Supermax.
Yeah, no, you can't do it at the Supermax. You probably can't do it at the mall either. But most of the places you shop in Ecuador are not grocery stores or malls. Most of them are more like outdoor kind of things, and you absolutely can haggle over everything. And Johnny knows this because he owns 700 pair of sunglasses. And I think he's got $65 into the entire collection. We were walking down the Malecon one day and a guy came walking up with the sunglasses and he goes, no, I don't make any money when I sell stuff to you. I laughed really hard. Miso Smokes, good to see you. Hey, John, how are you? Hello from the treadmill. That's kind of the day I had. Is it true there is no postal system where you and Johnny live? Yes, it is. There is no postal service where we live. There is no post office. There are no post office boxes. There is none of that. And I'm not going to lie to you.
I like it.
It floats my boat. It really does. Ashley G, good to see you. Reese very kindly agreed to get some things from Mona. You know what? Mona is one of the kindest people you'll ever meet in your life. She really is. She is so much fun. That's just a person that is like, if I walk by the mall and she sees me, she runs out and gives me a hug and a kiss. She's just a beautifully, just the nicest soul of anyone you'll ever meet. And at least twice a month, I just go down and buy stuff from Mona because I like her. But her husband makes beautiful things. So does she. But I tend not to wear, the kind of stuff that she makes. Reese does. But I wear the kind of stuff that he makes. My convo with my guy was good. Nice. It went well considering we dipped our toes in my issues carried over from childhood. That old chestnut. It's a very popular expression in the Scoville house. Has been for a long time. That old chestnut. You know what? Dipping your toe into the issues from your childhood with the person that you're going to spend your time with, the person that you love, is probably the greatest gift that you can give to yourself and to them. Because the more that somebody understands you, the better a chance they have of not pushing buttons that are going to bum you out. And most of the buttons in our lives that people push that bum us out aren't things we developed in college, right? They're things that happened to us when we were kids and it left a residual. And the more you understand that, the better off your relationship is going to be. I learned that with my girl. Anyone who bicycles at night in her pajamas is my kind of people. So Reese mentioned that Mona rode her bike up to make sure that she could take care of Reese. Did she mention she carried a thing about this big on her back to do it? Got my desserts and deviled eggs done. Working on peeling potatoes for a boil. Just have to put meat in the oven. Rachel is getting everything ready. Whatever, man. College kids are ruthless. Yeah, no. And hey, I was that college kid, but usually we got enough of a head start, right? We have a little bit of the problem is most of the stuff that really triggers us isn't based in any kind of logic. You know, when someone triggers you as a child, you don't have the equipment to deal with it. And when you don't have the equipment to deal with something, you go like this, I'll get to that later, right? And you stick it in the closet. And then you got to pay somebody a lot of money to sit down across from you and open the door of that closet so you can figure out those things. It took me 46 years to admit the things that were wrong with me from childhood and why I ended up the way that I did. And for the first 46 years, I would have sworn on a stack of Bibles that nothing happened to me. It's just kind of how that goes down. Don Davies, good to see you. You know, when I say Davies, what do you think?
Ray Davies.
Yeah, the Kinks, the brothers, the Davies brothers. My husband made 2 pumpkin cheesecake pies and is threatening to do the turkey now instead of the morning. The mood swing is working in my favor tonight. Fantastic. Put him to work. What are you kidding me? While that threat's going on, I'd be like, do it. We need some deviled eggs. By the way, you might want to sweep out the bathroom. Just saying, do a little cleaning. Once I got the nerve to talk about stuff, it started to get better. Funny how that works, right? Hey, David, good to see you. Funny how that works. When you start to talk about the things in your past, you start to unpack things. This was the biggest revelation to me when I got into the whole sobriety game. And I don't mean for me, but I mean for other people. It's fascinating that a person can get sober like this. I promise you. People go, yeah, I just can't do it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can get sober. Staying sober is more difficult. But getting sober is a joke. It's easy as hell. You say, today I'm not going to do this, right? And then there's, depending on what drugs you're on, there's going to be between 72 hours and 7 days of really uncomfortable. When that is over, if you don't figure out why you were doing the dope in the first place, then you're just going to go back to it. And that's what unpacking that closet is. That's, if you have a significant other, or you have a best friend, or you have somebody who's willing to sit down and talk to you about these things, it will change your life. Hello, Joanne Holly. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I didn't make anything. I'm honestly having a really rough time this year since both parents are dead now. Oh, you know what? I talk about this every year, right? This is why the holidays are so tough for so many people. You have holidays. There are so many people this year that are going to be without a significant other or without a mother or father. In my opinion, Hope, in my opinion, this is a holiday where we celebrate the things that we're thankful for. And I remember the first Thanksgiving after I lost my dad. And my dad was my best friend. He really was. He was so much more than a father. I mean, he gave the best advice. He was always there. There was never a time that he let me down, ever, right? But he was more than that. He was the best man at my wedding, right? The guy meant the world to me. And I remember the first Thanksgiving that he was gone. And I remember actually calling Johnny Scoville and saying, I can't think of a damn thing to be thankful for this Thanksgiving. Like, it's killing me. And he said to me, how about the 50 some odd years that you had with him? It's one of those things that if you just change the paradigm slightly and you start thinking about things like, I was blessed to have him as long as I did. And, you know, there was a time about 15 years before he died that a doctor told me to go into his room and say goodbye because he wasn't going to be there in the morning. I'm thankful as hell that doctor wasn't right, and that a pacemaker kept him around for almost 15 more years. They were fantastic years. What am I going to be doing for Thanksgiving? I'm going to be sitting around and talking and reflecting on the things in my life that I am really, really grateful for. I'm not going to worry about the turkey. I'm not going to worry about the stuffing. I'm not going to worry about any of those things. I think I'm getting to a point now where it's very different for me. I look at things differently than I used to. I was telling Reese this last night. One of the last Christmases that I spent with my father, I said to him, hey, how you doing? He said a really weird look on his face. And I said, you all right? He goes, no, I'm embarrassed. And I said, about what? And he goes, how much money do you think is sitting under that tree? And is that what this is supposed to be about? And there was a Christmas song going, and it said, a mistletoe and whatever. And he's like, it's supposed to be, some lights and some mistletoe. And it has just elevated itself to this thing where the day Christmas ends, we start shopping for the next freaking Christmas. And it just becomes, it's become sort of commercialized. Everything has, right? Even if it's Halloween, everything is so commercialized these days that it's terrible. Yeah. Katie is really bummed out. Let me see if I can show people this really quickly. Can you see that basket right there? That's Katie sitting under the basket, really bummed out because Squirrel is in there sleeping, and she has her chin hanging over the side of it. She is a very, very funny cat. Katy Perry was sitting, what Johnny said to me was, did you see that? She was sitting like this, and she actually almost passed out from trying to fall asleep sitting up. I would encourage everybody this holiday season to concentrate on the things that are important. I'm blessed to have been removed from an echo chamber that I spent my entire life in, and I'm not bad-mouthing the country of my origin. But if you get out of a place where you're programmed every day, and I promise you don't know you're programmed every day until they stop programming you. But every advertisement, every commercial, every app, everything is designed to make you think certain things. And when you get somewhere and all of that is eliminated, then you start to see things differently, and you start to look at things. And I don't know, I'm not nearly as hung up on this holiday. I'm really going to have a good time this holiday season. I may end up back in the U.S. for Christmas Day. We'll see. I would like to get together with Quibs for the holiday, which we're going to see if we can't make that happen one way or the other. This would be a tradition. We're working on 3 years together. Good evening, Mr. T from Portugal. Only just got here. Sorry. Good to have you here. Another expat. There's buying stuff to install a toilet today pissed me off. Because in the United States, I know exactly how to do it, where to go, what to do. It's very, very standardized, right? It's not here at all. So it's kind of hit or miss. But I'll sacrifice that to not have 7,000 billboards showing me airbrushed women who I have to buy a certain car to try to get that girl so that I can be happy. To live in a place where nobody has body issues. I'm not kidding you, nobody. You walk down the beach and there are women that weigh 50 to 70 pounds more than me in thongs and just happy as hell and having a great time because there's nobody there to go, ooh, you can't dress like that on the beach unless you're 103 pounds, right? There's none of that goes on. And I don't know, I think it's a lot healthier. I really do. I think that unfortunately, the ability for commercials to watch you have really become a problem. When we were growing up, commercials were screwing everybody up, but we were watching them. Now the commercials are watching you, and they're determining how long do you stick around on that commercial? Because how long you stick around on that commercial is going to change how you get the next one. It's a frightening concept. It really is. And if it wasn't scary enough, now they've got quantum computers, right, to make it even easier for them to determine exactly when you're ready to buy, what you're ready to buy, and all of that. Happy Thanksgiving from Whitby Island. Hippie girl, good to see you. Glad that you are here. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm not going to do any bird for Thanksgiving, Johnny Skillo.
No bird?
No bird. No bird whatsoever. I think I'm probably going to do fish. Thinking of getting a big whack of fish and cooking it around here. And
you have not made fish yet.
I have not made fish here yet. And if it goes bad, I'm going 200 yards to get some excellent fish. I'm pretty safe, right? If I screw it up, I know where to get really good fish a couple hundred yards from here. So, and the fish is very fresh here. You don't have to worry.
Maybe.
Yards?
Maybe.
Well, maybe a football field. Because you got to go around it. As the bird flies, it's 60 feet.
True. But
you have to go around the block in order to get there. He should give us a key to the back door or something. I would like to go get Italian food, but my favorite Italian restaurant just moved. And they're not quite set up. I think tomorrow night is the opening night. And I will be there for opening night. I love Luigi. I'm definitely going to be there for opening night. He's got a great location too. It's a cool place. I saw how it was set up today. I think it's going to be a good thing. All right, people. I'm going to end this thing early, but about 35 minutes from right now, you can see me over on the show that was formerly called Cults and Crims. I think it is now called Reese and Tommy. Rumors you can relate to.
Tell them what my idea is.
What was?
A new start.
I told them that the first night that we went on there. Johnny wanted me to name it A New Start, but it looked like Anus Tart the way he had. It's a great reference from a show that a lot of people really love. All right, people. I really do appreciate the heck out of you guys. I appreciate you guys caring enough to show up. You know what I mean? We do these things and we do them every day. And sometimes you feel like you're treading water. And then there are times you feel like you're connecting, and the holidays are coming. So this is Thanksgiving. You're going to start seeing the boat live multiple times a day. We have been doing this religiously since we started the channel. If you feel like you don't have a place to connect, or you feel like your family is shitting on you, or you feel like any of those things that cause you to feel like the holidays suck, come here. We'll make you laugh. I'll tell you stories of really embarrassing things that have happened to me, and we'll keep all of you grinning until this holiday season blows over. Joanne Hawley, thank you for being here. I'm touched. It's good to see you there. And I will see you over on Reese and Tommy. Rumors you can relate to. Formerly known as Cults and Crims. All right, folks, thank you so much for being the people you are. I will see you on the next one. Between now and the next time I see you, which better be in about 30 minutes, let's try to get through this holiday season. We will make it. I'm Tommy. Love you. See you on the next one.